Today, I'm going to show you a little known hack that you can use to double your sales that you're already getting from your existing YouTube channel viewers without having to get any extra views at all, just to get more sales from the people who are already watching your videos. And it's crazy to me that pretty much nobody knows about this. Like hardly anybody is using this, but it's so easy and it's like such low-hanging fruit. But I'm going to explain what it is to you, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So the way this works is through something called retargeting. Now, you may have heard of retargeting. What retargeting means is that you're showing ads to people who have already interacted with you in some way, who have already interacted with your business. Now, most people think of retargeting in terms of if somebody has visited your website, or if somebody has opted in for something, or if somebody has bought something, then you can retarget those people with ads. But what YouTube allows you to do is something even beyond that, which is you can retarget people who have watched your videos on YouTube. So what that means is that you can have a video that you don't pitch anything. You don't like try to sell a product in the video at all. You just offer pure value. People love the video. People watch it. It works well for the algorithm, right? Because if the video itself is just a big pitch fest, people aren't going to be that interested in it, and the algorithm's not going to push it. So you don't want to put a whole lot of pitching in your actual video itself. But what the retargeting allows you to do is the people that watched that video and thought, wow, that was a great video, I learned a lot from that, you can then show them an ad later when they're watching somebody else's video. Your ad pops up saying, hey, it's me. Look at this thing that I got. You can tell them about the lead magnet that you have, or you can ask them to book a call with you, or you can tell them about the low ticket product that you have. So the massive benefit to this is that these are people who already know who you are. You've already built the trust with them. They already know you. They already like you. They already know who you are. And so when you show an ad to them, they're far more responsive than if you're just showing an ad to cold traffic of people who don't know you. So if you have, let's say you have all those links in your descriptions to all your products and all the things you offer to book a call with you, but most people are not reading the description. Most people are not even seeing those links. So what you do is now you get a chance to pitch whatever it is that you want them to click on in the retargeting ad. You don't even have to have a huge channel for this to work. You know, I had a channel of a few thousand subscribers, and this was working great for me. You don't have to have a lot. Like minimum, and it's subscribers actually matters less than views. You want to have a minimum of 1,000 views per month. That's kind of the cutoff. If you have just above that, you have like only 1,000 views a month, then you're not going to be able to get a whole lot of sales from retargeting ads, but you'll probably get a few. Because you have 1,000 people essentially that you can retarget every month. If you got 10,000 people a month, then you're golden. You could get a lot of sales from that. If you get 100,000 or 1 million people a month, then this is like taking candy from a baby. So you have to have a YouTube channel that's actually getting some level of viewership, but it's probably a lot less views than you might think. Now, you might be wondering, like, what can you sell? What would you sell from a YouTube ad? And the answer to that is anything that's in your description, right? Anything that you're already trying to sell from your organic YouTube channel, you can sell from the ad as well. So whatever sales you're getting from people that are clicking the link in the description, you may well double or triple or even more that number of sales just by running retargeting ads, where you actually have some time to actually describe the product. The link in the description is usually like one line to get the person to click on it. Whereas when you have a YouTube ad, you have as long as you want. The length is unlimited. You can sit there for 5 minutes and describe the product and tell them how great it is and list all the features and all the benefits and the scarcity and like everything that you don't get with that one little line of text that most of your viewers aren't even seeing anyway. Right? So you can sell whatever it is that's in your description. Or you can sell, if you run cold ads, like you run ads to, and it could be on YouTube or it could be on Facebook or TikTok or whatever. If you sell something via cold ads, then you could sell the same thing using retargeting ads. And when I say sell, I mean push people to. So it could be a free lead magnet. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that they pay for. So you could push people to that same free lead magnet using YouTube retargeting ads, and it's just going to work better. It's going to work a lot better because people already know who you are. They already trust you, so they trust your lead magnet more. So they're more likely to buy your low ticket front end item, whatever it is. So you can use the kind of like upper funnel stuff, like a lead magnet or a tripwire, or you can go lower funnel. You can go more direct. If you book calls, you can just say like, here's what I can do for you. Click here to book a call with me. And because the person already knows you, they already trust you to some extent, they're much more likely to book a call and of course, much more likely to show up. So you couldn't do that with a cold ad. If you have a cold ad and you go direct to a call booking page, well, you're going to get like very few leads, and the ones you get are going to be crap and they're probably not going to show up. But with retargeting ads, it's different because they already know you. They already trust you to some extent. So let me show you how to actually set this up. I'm going to share my screen here and turn off my little orangey eye saver thing. Okay, so this is the YouTube ads dashboard. The first thing, well, if we go over to goals tools, shared library, audience manager, we have to first set up an audience of these people who have viewed our YouTube videos. And it gives me some of them just kind of by default, but before you do this, actually, you have to go over to your YouTube channel dashboard. And I'm actually going to do this because I just started a new YouTube channel that's very small. And this is probably where you're watching now. It's only 32 subscribers at the moment. I have a YouTube channel that I've been running for a while that's got like 7,000 subscribers. But that one, the content has been so varied, like it's so all over the place that it's not a very targeted audience. So what I'm doing here is creating a new YouTube channel with a more targeted audience. Anyway, I want to connect this YouTube channel, and this YouTube channel honestly probably doesn't get enough views to be worth it, but I'll just show you how it works. So I'm going to go into settings. This is by the way, in case you weren't clear, this is my YouTube, what do you call it, studio. And then I go into settings and channel, advanced settings, Google Ads account linking. So YouTube ads and Google ads are the same thing. It's like the same dashboard. So you're going to link this YouTube channel to your Google Ads account. I'm going to hit link account. I'll give it a name. So I'll just say Google Ads account. And now I got to get my Google Ads customer ID, which I believe is right here in the top right corner of my Google Ads account, which if you don't have a Google Ads account, you can set that up. It's very easy. Just go to ads.google.com. Anyway, so it's accepted. Cool. And then I'm going to allow it to have view counts, remarketing, and engagement. Beautiful. Done. And captions. I'm going to let third-party companies train AI models using my channel content. I don't think so. Okay, I'll go ahead and save as is. Now that should give me a notification in my Google Ads. Let's see. That didn't come up. It might give me to my email anyway. But that's how you connect the account. So once the account is connected, you're going to want to go into your audience manager. So again, unless they change it, which they constantly change it, go to the left, tools, shared library, audience manager. That's where I am right now. And I'm going to, it already says your data segments. I'm going to show you how to set up another one. I'm just going to hit this little plus button and I'm going to click on YouTube users. So this is, I want to retarget people who are YouTube users. And I can choose the channel, which I will select here. And the one that I just linked isn't showing up yet. I think I have to go and confirm it in the email something. It might take a day or two, but this is my original channel. So I'm just going to use that to show you. And then I want to know, I want to see like, what am I defining here? So this is going to be a list, like an audience of people who, in this case, viewed any of my videos on my channel, on this channel here, viewed any of these videos within the past 30 days. And by the way, the channel that you link to does not have to be on the same Google account as as your YouTube, or your Google ads, right? Because like everything Google is attached to an account. So the YouTube channel is attached to a Google account, and your YouTube ads manager, whatever, or Google Ads Manager rather, is attached to a Google account. But they do not have to be attached to the same account. So I want to do viewed any video. I could do viewed certain videos. Viewed certain videos is good if you have kind of dispersed content. Like you have half of your videos are about one thing and half of your videos are about another thing. And you think that only people that are watching this kind of video on your channel are interested in what you have to offer. Then you do view certain videos, and then you copy and paste the links of those videos right here. But if your channel is very well focused and all of your content is basically targeting the same audience, then you just do viewed any video. And then you can also do view any video as ads. So that's if this is if you want to retarget people who have watched your YouTube ads previously. You probably don't want to do this, right? This is a different strategy entirely. You can also target people who have subscribed, who have visited your channel page, or who have liked any video. So I'm going to just go with view, and then past 30 days is, you can mess with this, but I would do either past 30 days or past 60 days. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that you can't use an audience that has less than 1,000 people in it. So if you got 1,000 views in the last 30 days, and if you put view any video in the last 30 days in here, well, assuming that some of those 1,000 views were the same person watching multiple videos, that means that you have less than 1,000 unique viewers, right? You need to have at least 1,000 unique viewers. So if you don't have that within the last 30 days, then put 60 days or put 90 days. I think the maximum you can put is 540, which I wouldn't do that, because if somebody saw your video, that's like more than a year ago. It's like a year and a half. If somebody saw your video a year and a half ago, they probably don't remember you very well, unless they've seen another one more recently. So I'd put like 30, 60, or 90 in that one, depending on how many views you're getting, right? So I think 60 is a good rule of thumb. If you're not sure, just put 60. And then pre-fill, and you want to give it a name too. So I'll just say like YouTube viewers last 60 days example, just because this I'm using as an example. So give it a name that's descriptive, that you're going to be able to see the name and know exactly what it means. Everything with ads, you always want to do that. Like every name, make it as descriptive as you can so that you don't have to go and like dial into the settings to figure out what it means. You want to know what it means just by looking at the title. Okay, and then I get pre-fill options. So I can start with an empty segment, which basically means that it's going to start from scratch, and then it's going to start accumulating people over the next 30 days, like as people start watching. Or I can pre-fill it with people who matched the rules within the past 30 days. So that means it already knows who watched your channel within the last 30 days. So it's going to dump all those people into the audience that's going to be available right now. So I would definitely leave it as that. That makes more sense to me. You can add a description if you want. Again, I like to have this so that it's already descriptive, so I don't really need a description. Hit continue. And it's been successfully created. I'll hit done. And then when I go to create an ad, I'm going to go over to my campaigns view, which, by the way, I'm in expert mode. If you're seeing like a simplified view, there's a thing up here usually where you can switch the view to expert mode. And then I'll hit create campaign. And I'm not going to go through the whole steps of creating a campaign. I have other videos on that you can watch. I'm just going to show you the part that's relevant to this. So I'm just going to kind of breeze through this for now until we get to the relevant part. So like, don't try to copy what I'm doing right here. This is just choosing quickly. Okay, gonna make me put a budget. And go to add group. Okay, this is where I choose who I want to target. So I'm going to choose my audience as soon as it lets me here. Come on. Okay, while that's spinning, let me show you some of the other settings that I would choose too, because there's going to be, oh no, it's working now. Okay, so I'm going to add an audience. And then I'm going to add the audience that I have to create a new audience, because what I created was a segment. A segment is different than an audience. An audience has more than just a segment does. So I'm going to name it I'll just call it example audience, since this is an example. But again, name the audience something descriptive so that you know what it means when you see it. And then I'm going to go into your data, and I'm going to choose my viewers, this one. YouTube viewers last 60 days example. Now notice that this here is the size of the audience. The size of this audience currently is 0. I just created this audience, so it hasn't populated yet. It'll need a few hours to populate. So I'm going to choose it anyway, but just keep in mind, you want to figure out which of these you want based on the audience size. So if you see 0, if I show to an audience of 0, it's going to show to nobody. And then also keep in mind that if you want to narrow down the people that you're showing your ad to, then you're going to need more than 1,000 people in the audience. So for example, let's say I would like to add some demographic targeting here. So maybe I don't want anybody under the age of 25. They're not going to be my audience. And additional demographics. Household income is really important if you sell something that's high ticket, or if you don't want to sell something that's, unless you sell something that's super cheap, you probably don't want to sell to the bottom of the income hierarchy here. So I always uncheck unknown, and I'll do just the top 20%. So top 10% to top 20% of household income. So notice that this is going to narrow down. I'm saying I want the people that have viewed my YouTube channel within the last 60 days, but within that group of people, I only want the ones that are over 25 and top 20% of income. And then I can add more to that if I want, but I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And that has created my audience. And then something else really important that you got to do is this look at this optimized targeting, this stupid thing is always checked by default. What you're doing when you check optimized targeting is you're saying, okay, Google, I'm telling you that I want to show my ads to these people, but if you want to show my ads to a bunch of people that are outside of this group that I just told you, then that's cool too. So as you can imagine, that does not work very well. So you always want, you pretty much always want to turn that off, especially if you do income targeting. Well, I mean, definitely if you're doing like a retargeting audience, because then it's going to show people that didn't watch your YouTube videos, which defeats the purpose here. And then also with the income targeting. So the top income people are the most expensive to reach. The lowest income people are the cheapest to reach. So if you allow it to just optimize, it's going to optimize for the cheapest people, which are the poorest people. And the poorest people are generally the least able to buy your stuff. So I always keep that off. And then go to ad one, and then that's it. That's it. And then you can set up the ads. I'm not going to show you how to do that here. I have plenty of videos that show you how to do that if you look around my channel a little bit. So that's it. And this is the new demand gen format, by the way, because I'm recording this in April of 2025, and the demand gen is like the new format of YouTube ads that they've shifted everybody to. So if it looks a little bit different than you're used to, then that's why. Okay, so that's how to set it up. Now, you might be wondering, what kind of budget should I put on this? And that really depends a lot on how many people you have that are watching your stuff. So if you only have well, let me show you something real quick. If I go over to my YouTube ads account, I'm just going to get out of here. If I show you the campaigns that I'm running right now, if I look at my CPMs, where is that? Okay. So I'm paying $34 to reach 1,000 people. That's what CPM means. Or to reach people 1,000 times, to get 1,000 impressions. I'm spending $34. So if I have an audience of 1,000 people per month, if I spend $34 in a month, I will reach every person one time. So if I want to, let's say over the course of a month, I would like to reach everybody in my audience 10 times. Then I would spend 10 times this. So I spend $340. Now, you may be wondering, okay, why would I want to show somebody the same ad 10 times? Well, it's because people are in different situations. It's like if somebody's super engaged with the video that they're watching and all of a sudden you come up and interrupt them, they're just going to hit skip. Whereas another time they're going to be just randomly bored and they click on a video that's marginally interesting and your ad comes up before the video's even started, and now they're interested. Now they're willing to watch it because they weren't so engaged in the video they were watching before, right? So you catch people in different situations. So if you show it to them multiple times, you're more likely to get the sale or get the lead or whatever you're looking for. That said, there is an upper limit to that. So if you show somebody the same ad 50 times within the same day, if they weren't interested the first 10 times, they're probably not going to be interested the next 40 times, right? So you got to find the balance there. And this CPM number is different for every ad too. So it's not necessarily going to be the same number for you. But what I recommend is you just start fairly small. If you got a small channel, just put $5 a day on it or put $10 a day, see what happens. And then gradually increase from there and see where is it going? Is it performing better? Is it performing worse? Because what's going to happen essentially is it's going to, if you put it, let's say you put it at $1 a day, it's going to perform at its best essentially, but it's only going to perform a little bit because it's only showing it to a few people. And then if you up it to $5 a day, see did that diminish the performance, or is the performance still the same per dollar amount? And then if it's still the same, then increase it again and just keep increasing it until it breaks. Another thing that you can see on the dashboard here that's useful is this, if I can find it, this one, average impression frequency per user. That means over whatever time period you put in your date filter here, how many times did the average person see your ad? So in this case, the average person saw my ad 1.8 times. That's not very much. I could, and this is a cold ad, by the way, so just comparing apples to oranges a little bit here. But if this was a retargeting ad, and I saw that this is just doing like 1.8 times over a full month, basically, I would say, okay, I could probably increase the spend on this, get this like average impression frequency to like 4 times, and see what happens. If this is like 20 or 30, then I can probably say, okay, maybe I'm saturating my viewers with this ad too many times, and I should probably bring it down. So there's a little bit of guesswork in there. There's no like perfect number, but if you're like, you could use like 5 to 7 as just kind of a reference range. If you're below that, you can probably raise it. If you're above that, you should probably reduce it. And again, that's for a full month. Like if you look at like over a day, then this number is going to be smaller even with all the same settings. So you have to set your date range to a month. So that's how to run retargeting ads. If you do this and you have a YouTube following already, it's just like printing money. You'll pay very tiny amounts of ad spend to get a lot of sales. Like this will work 2, 3, 4 times better than any cold ads that you're running, because you're running it to people who already know you and are much more inclined to buy from you. If you would like me to set this up for you or to help you directly to set this up, you don't want to try to figure it all out on your own, including writing the ad scripts and setting up the dashboard and setting up the ads and setting up like matching it with the landing page and like everything, include even if you need a funnel. I have a full funnel that works really, really well, especially if you're selling high ticket products with YouTube ads like this. If you would like help with that, then I will put a link in the description where you can apply to work with me. I don't work with everybody, but I'll give you a link to apply and book a call with me, and we'll see if it makes sense for you. And if so, I'll show you exactly what that looks like. So thanks for watching. If you like this, as always, leave me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.